Bristol Harbourside. I used to do quite a lot of little videos from here back when I thought these videos were all about doing the Bristol Triathlon, but of course that doesn't happen over the last couple of years. I've been looking for races to do over the last week or so, and obviously I mentioned that Swansea was going to be back on the cards, and somebody sent me a link or tagged me in a link on Facebook to the Bristol Triathlon, which obviously came as a bit of a surprise because over the last couple of years the Bristol Triathlon hasn't run despite sort of promises that it would. But it looks like I was looking in the wrong place. This has been set up by a private company who organise other races rather than the club that used to do the Bristol Triathlon. It's only a sprint distance, not the Olympic that I used to enjoy doing, but from what I can read on their Facebook page, it's going to be, I assume, in the same place. It's mentioned the Harbourside swim and a flat, fast, closed road 20k bike ride, which I can only assume is out on that portway over there, on the fast course that I really love. So hopefully that'll be a 2-lap ride like it used to be. I mean, it's a super fast course at pan flat, just 2 dead turns really. Yeah, so that's really exciting. And they haven't actually released tickets yet, and I'm just hoping that I'll definitely be able to get a spot because I think it's going to be super popular, because I think a lot of people miss it. I'm just glad somebody's actually taken up the mantle and put a race where really Bristol deserves to have one. Exciting stuff. So from what I can make out from what it says online, the swim's going to be in here, which is going to be great because it's only the Bristol Triathlon that's ever been allowed to actually swim in here. It's a pretty historical part of the city. And then I'm assuming the bike's going to be out on the portway because it says it's going to be a closed, fast route. So I'm assuming that's where it'll be. And then I'm assuming the 5k run will be out and back on the, I guess the tow path or the pill path, which I made a video about, which I'll link up here. I rode it on my bike the other day when the river had flooded, but we'll just see, I guess. I'm assuming that's where it's all going to be. But it's an early season race and I've already booked Swansea, so that's taken care of. I guess I'm just going to need to get a mid and a late season race to kind of fill up the spaces. But what is quite cool and what I'm really pleased about and what's really motivated me is the fact that the whole reason why I started these videos was about the Bristol Triathlon, about racing here where I live, and I've lived here for 30 years this year. It would be 31 years next year obviously, and it's just nice to do a race in your home city in such an amazing environment. Bristol Triathlon, back in the game. Okay, so what of other things? Well, this is one of those strange days today. Today's Monday, start of the week. I'm going to upload the video later on today. It's one of those strange days today where I've got some really cool things happening. So I'm going to be teaching in here in about an hour. Then I've got some tutorials, and then I get to meet Ralph Rolle, who is the drummer in a band called CHIC. He's doing a masterclass here. I get to introduce him, talk about the amazing music of CHIC and his incredible drumming, which is ace. And then after that, I've got a meeting about this contract at work, which has kind of been hanging over me and pretty much all the rest of us for a couple of months now. It needs kind of sorting out fairly soon because it's becoming really stressful. I don't think I've really slept properly in 2 months, and yeah, this is all kind of new really. That's the main problem with it, is this whole kind of area of working like this is all kind of new. I've been self-employed for 25 years, and I've always worked in that kind of basis of working like that, you know, doing 60 to 100 hour weeks because you want to get your business off the ground, and then all of a sudden that's all kind of changing now, and we're going to go on to employed contracts, which obviously is a big deal for a lot of us, and we don't really know what a lot of it means, so that's what the meeting's about later on today. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, by the end of today, my plan is to get on the turbo and do some kind of training. I still haven't done any training since I got back from Croatia, which was about a week and a half ago. But I feel about 90% there now. I've still got a little bit of a cough, but I think I've avoided the worst on my chest. My plan, hopefully after this meeting, is to get back and climb on the turbo and just do half an hour with a really low heart rate just to get myself back into it. But I'm hoping that when I do that, it will all be kind of a bit clearer. There'll be a bit of clarity in what the future holds at work and all the rest of it. I know it's not a kind of new thing for a lot of you because you've been employed and have to deal with these kind of contracts all the time, but this is a kind of new thing to me. It's slightly different from a record contract or signing a moral rights waiver as a session musician. It's all slightly different to all my previous kind of legal kind of involvement. And of course it's a big deal, isn't it, when you're looking at what your career is going to be doing over the next, whatever, 15, 20 years possibly. Anyway, let's see what the rest of today holds, and I will wrap this video up a bit later on when I hopefully will climb onto the turbo this evening. I'm really looking forward to just spending half an hour kind of chilling out and getting a little bit of exercise done, because I haven't done anything in so long now. It's starting to feel a little bit frustrating. So I've just got back from work a little while back. Just swapped over the bike so I can hop on the turbo for just for half an hour, because I haven't done anything for ages. But anyway, just a quick update. Meeting was cancelled. Meeting was postponed, which is great. So apparently now there's another meeting tomorrow about this contract. So yeah, still no clearer to sort of being able to move on and progress, which is just a nightmare. But you know, that's how these things go. Anyway, this is the most important thing for me to do right now. So I'm going to see you on the next video next week, and fingers crossed, there'll be some news. But yeah, it was great to spend a bit of time with Ralph from CHIC today. He turned out to be a top dude, amazing player, and all the students loved what he had to say, which is you know, a good thing. I needed that today. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good week.